Welcome to today's Lost Souls, where we bring you the most impactful and unforgettable stories from around the world. Today, we remember the lives of remarkable individuals whose legacies continue to inspire and resonate. From iconic musicians to trailblazing activists, join us as we celebrate their extraordinary contributions and bid farewell to those who have left an indelible mark on our lives. Stay tuned for a journey through their incredible stories.
Roberta Flack. Roberta Flack, the legendary singer, songwriter, and pianist known for her soulful ballads and timeless voice, has passed away at the age of 86. Her powerful interpretations of love, heartbreak, and hope captivated audiences for more than 5 decades, earning her a place among the greatest vocalists of all time. Born in Black Mountain, North Carolina, and raised in Arlington, Virginia, Roberta showed prodigious musical talent from an early age. A classically trained pianist, she won a music scholarship to Howard University at just 15, making her one of the youngest students ever to enroll. Her initial path was classical music, but her life would take a soulful turn when she began performing in Washington, D.C. nightclubs, blending classical technique with the raw emotion of gospel, jazz, and R&B. Roberta's breakthrough came in 1969 with her debut album First Take, which included the hauntingly beautiful "The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face." The song became a massive hit after it was featured in Clint Eastwood's 1971 film Play Misty for Me, winning her the Grammy Award for Record of the Year. From that point forward, Roberta Flack became a household name. Throughout the 1970s, her string of hits, including Killing Me Softly with his song, Feel Like Makin' Love, and duets with Donny Hathaway like Where Is the Love, showcased not only her unmatched vocal control but also her ability to interpret lyrics with a depth and tenderness that few artists could match. Killing Me Softly earned her a second consecutive Grammy for Record of the Year, making her the first artist to win the award in back-to-back years. Beyond her chart-topping success, Roberta was an advocate for music education and often worked with young artists to nurture the next generation of talent. She believed deeply in the power of music to heal and connect people, and she brought that passion into everything she did. In her later years, Roberta faced health challenges, including ALS, which ultimately forced her to step away from performing. Yet even in silence, her voice continued to echo through generations. Roberta Flack's passing marks the end of a golden era of soul and emotion-driven music. Her voice was not just heard, it was felt. And through her songs, she gave the world a soundtrack to its most tender moments. John Lawlor. John Lawlor, the talented actor best remembered for his role as Headmaster Stephen Bradley on the hit TV show The Facts of Life, has passed away at the age of 85. Known for his warm screen presence, genuine performances, and steady dedication to his craft, Lawlor carved out a respected career in both television and film. Born in Minnesota in 1938, John developed an early love for the arts. He studied theater and drama with a serious commitment, eventually earning roles on stage before making his way into the world of television in the 1970s. His background in theater helped shape the calm, authoritative, yet deeply human characters he often portrayed. His most notable role came in 1979 when he was cast as Stephen Bradley, the thoughtful and understanding headmaster of Eastland School for Girls in The Facts of Life. While his role lasted only the first season, Lawlor helped set the tone for what would become one of the most beloved sitcoms of the 1980s. His character provided a sense of grounding and compassion, especially in early episodes where the show addressed social issues with a light but meaningful touch. Outside of The Facts of Life, John had a wide range of roles in both television and film. He made guest appearances on popular series such as The Waltons, MAS**H*, Dallas, and Matlock, showing his versatility as a character actor. Whether he played a judge, a doctor, or a father figure, Lawlor always brought sincerity and relatability to the screen. In addition to his on-screen work, Lawlor was a passionate acting teacher. He spent many years mentoring young actors, both in Los Angeles and in his later years when he returned to Minnesota. His students recall him as patient, honest, and deeply respectful of the art of performance. He emphasized truth in acting and the importance of listening, skills he himself mastered over decades. In his personal life, John was known as a quiet, humble man who valued family and the simple joys of life. He was married for over 40 years and raised 2 children, both of whom spoke of their father's love, humor, and deep sense of integrity. John Lawlor may not have been a Hollywood superstar, but he was a star in the lives of those he worked with and those who watched him. His legacy is one of quiet excellence and heartfelt storytelling. Irv Gotti. Irv Gotti, the visionary music producer, label executive, and founder of Meteor Incorporated Records, has passed away at the age of 54. Known for revolutionizing early 2000s hip-hop and R&B with his signature blend of street grit and radio-ready melodies, Irv's legacy echoes through every beat he ever touched and every artist he ever elevated. Born Irving Domingo Lorenzo Jr. in Queens, New York, Irv was raised in the heart of the hip-hop movement. Surrounded by the sounds of struggle, survival, and storytelling, he quickly fell in love with music. But Irv didn't just want to listen, he wanted to build. In a world full of artists, he became an architect. A mastermind. His journey began as a DJ in the local scene, spinning records at block parties and soaking in the culture. But it wasn't long before his ambition pushed him toward production. His early work caught the attention of Def Jam, and soon, he was producing tracks for heavyweights like DMX, Jay-Z, and Foxy Brown. Irv had a gift. He didn't just make beats, he crafted anthems. In 1999, he founded Meteor Incorporated Records, a label that would redefine an era. Under his leadership, Meteor Inc. became a hit-making machine. Ja Rule's gravelly voice paired with Ashanti's sweet melodies, all wrapped in Irv's cinematic production, dominated charts and ruled radio stations for years. Songs like Always on Time, Mesmerize, and Foolish became instant classics. But Irv Gotti's impact wasn't just in the music. He was a storyteller. A believer in the power of narrative. His passion extended into television with the creation of Tales, a BET series that brought hip-hop lyrics to life through dramatic episodes. It was a bold move that reflected his love for innovation and culture. Irv's life was not without struggle. He faced legal battles, federal investigations, and industry rivalries. But through it all, he stood tall, resilient, unapologetic, and fiercely loyal to his vision. He fought not only for his name, but for the culture he believed in. For the music he loved. To artists, he was a mentor. To fans, he was a legend. And to the industry, he was a force. Though he is gone, Irv Gotti's sound lives on in every speaker, in every studio, and in every soul that still moves to the rhythm of early 2000s hip-hop. His story was one of hustle, creativity, and unmatched passion. And that story will never be forgotten. Barbie Hsu. Barbie Hsu, the Taiwanese actress, singer, and style icon beloved across Asia, has passed away at the age of 47. A superstar of the early 2000s, she was best known for her unforgettable role in the hit drama Meteor Garden, a series that became a cultural phenomenon and cemented her as a household name across the continent. Born on October 6, 1976, in Taipei, Taiwan, Barbie first stepped into the spotlight as part of the pop duo ASOS alongside her sister, Hsu. But it was her transition to acting that revealed the full depth of her talent and charm. When she took on the role of Sean Kai in Meteor Garden in 2001, she didn't just play the character, she became her. Millions of fans connected with her portrayal of a strong, ordinary girl standing up to elite privilege, and Barbie's performance resonated with a generation. The series sparked an explosion in popularity for Taiwanese dramas across Asia, with Barbie at the center. Her expressive eyes, quiet strength, and gentle elegance made her not only a favorite among viewers but a symbol of modern Asian femininity. She wasn't loud, she didn't need to be. Her presence was powerful in its softness. Beyond Meteor Garden, Barbie starred in numerous films and dramas such as Mars, Corner with Love, and Say Yes. Her range was undeniable, she could move effortlessly from romantic roles to psychological thrillers, bringing intensity and heart to every performance. Off-screen, she was a fashion icon, known for her minimalist elegance and trend-setting style. In her personal life, Barbie lived with quiet dignity. She was fiercely protective of her family and often chose privacy over publicity. Even when her relationships made headlines, she remained graceful, never letting the spotlight dim her truth. Her recent rekindled love story with South Korean musician DJ Koo was like something out of a drama itself, reminding fans that love knows no time or distance. Barbie Hsu wasn't just an actress. She was a memory, woven into the teenage years of millions. Her work didn't just entertain, it shaped lives, defined eras, and gave people something to hold on to. The characters she brought to life will live forever in hearts, in replays, and in nostalgia. Her passing marks the end of an era, but her light will never go out. Barbie Hsu gave the world beauty, talent, and sincerity, and that will never fade. Marianne Faithfull. Marianne Faithfull, the haunting voice of a generation and a soul who turned pain into poetry, has passed away at the age of 77. Her journey was not just one of fame, music, and elegance, it was one of survival, reinvention, and art born from the ashes of personal struggle. Born in London in 1946, Marianne stepped into the spotlight at just 17, when she was discovered at a party by Rolling Stone's manager Andrew Loog Oldham. Her debut single, As Tears Go By, written by Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, launched her into instant stardom. With her angelic voice, iconic looks, and soft demeanor, she quickly became one of the defining faces of 1960s London. But behind the glamour was a young woman trying to find her voice in a world eager to define her. Her relationship with Mick Jagger became the center of public fascination. Together, they symbolized the cultural revolution of the era. But the attention came with a heavy cost. Marianne spiraled into a decade of addiction, loss, and homelessness, a sharp fall from the heights of stardom. By the early 1970s, many believed her story had ended. But Marianne Faithfull wasn't finished. In 1979, she returned with Broken English, an album that shocked the world. Gone was the soft, sweet voice of the 60s, what replaced it was gravelly, raw, and filled with pain. That pain became her power. Broken English wasn't just a comeback, it was a rebirth. It showed the world who Marianne truly was, not a fading starlet, but a fighter with stories to tell. Over the next decades, she would continue releasing critically acclaimed albums, including Strange Weather, Before the Poison, and Negative Capability. Each project dug deeper into the emotional scars of her past. She collaborated with artists like Nick Cave, PJ Harvey, and Metallica, showing a bold willingness to evolve and connect across genres. Her life wasn't easy, she battled cancer, addiction, and even survived COVID-19. Yet she faced every trial with grace and honesty. She became a symbol of strength, especially for women who had been overlooked or cast aside by fame and age. To fans around the world, Marianne Faithfull wasn't just a singer. She was a storyteller. A survivor. A muse. A mirror for those who felt broken but still believed in beauty. Though she is no longer with us, her voice lives on, forever echoing through speakers, memories, and hearts. Garth Hudson. Garth Hudson, the quiet genius behind the swirling organ and evocative melodies of the band, passed away at the age of 86. Known as one of rock music's most innovative and classically trained musicians, Hudson brought a level of musical sophistication and mystery that made the band sound unmistakable and timeless. Born on August 2, 1937, in Windsor, Ontario, Canada, Garth Hudson grew up in a deeply musical household. His parents were both musicians, and by the age of 5, Garth was already playing piano. As he matured, he studied classical music, theory, and even pipe organ, giving him a foundation that would later shape one of the most distinct keyboard styles in rock history. When he joined what would become the band in the early 1960s, Hudson made a unique request. He would only join if they paid him extra as a music consultant so he could convince his parents that he wasn't just joining a rock group, he was making a professional career move. That clever deal was only the beginning of how Garth Hudson quietly helped redefine the genre from the inside out. With the band, Hudson created sonic landscapes that felt both ancient and new. His organ on tracks like Chest Fever, The Weight, and I Shall Be Released became the soul of the music. He didn't just play notes, he built moods. Using a Lowry organ instead of the more common Hammond, he crafted tones that were cinematic, spiritual, and hauntingly beautiful. Unlike many of his peers, Hudson was not drawn to the spotlight. He rarely sang, rarely spoke in interviews, and almost never pushed for center stage. He let his playing do the talking, and it spoke volumes. He was, in every sense, the wizard behind the curtain. Even after the band disbanded, Hudson remained a powerful force in music. He collaborated with countless artists, including Leonard Cohen, Norah Jones, Elton John, and many more. His passion for music extended to everything from jazz and classical to avant-garde experimentation. He was a scholar of sound, and everything he touched carried a sense of depth and wonder. Fans and fellow musicians often described him as otherworldly, a man who seemed to channel something bigger through his fingers. Garth Hudson wasn't just part of music history, he was its guardian. Now, as the last original member of the band leaves the stage, his legacy echoes in every swelling chord, every echoing organ note, and every soul that ever got lost inside a song. Garth Hudson may be gone, but his music remains eternal. Bob Uecker. Bob Uecker, the beloved voice of baseball, actor, comedian, and true American original, has passed away at the age of 90. For more than 7 decades, Uecker was the heartbeat of the Milwaukee Brewers, the comedic soul of the baseball world, and a living bridge between the sport's golden era and its modern age. Born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, in 1934, Bob Uecker's love for baseball began in his own backyard. As a kid, he would listen to games on the radio, dreaming of one day stepping onto the field. That dream came true in 1962, when he made his MLB debut as a catcher for the Milwaukee Braves. Over the course of 6 seasons, he played for the Braves, Cardinals, and Phillies. He wasn't a Hall of Fame player by the numbers, but that didn't matter. Bob Uecker turned humility into humor and became one of baseball's most treasured storytellers. After retiring from playing, Bob stepped into the broadcast booth, a place where he truly became a legend. Starting in 1971, he served as the voice of the Milwaukee Brewers for over 50 years. With his unmistakable tone, quick wit, and unmatched timing, he turned every game into a shared experience, filled with laughs, nostalgia, and genuine love for the sport. For fans across generations, Bob wasn't just a broadcaster, he was family. His humor, often self-deprecating, made him a cultural icon. He joked about his playing days, saying things like, "I led the league in errors," or "I hit a grand slam once in batting practice." These weren't just punchlines, they were windows into a man who never took himself too seriously, but always treated the game and its fans with deep respect. Outside of baseball, Uecker made his mark in Hollywood. He starred as the hilariously blunt broadcaster Harry Doyle in the Major League film series, earning a new generation of fans. His catchphrases, like "just a bit outside," became instant classics. He also appeared on The Tonight Show over 100 times, was a fixture on sitcoms like Mr. Belvedere, and even had his own comedic talk show. Everywhere he went, he brought joy. But it was always baseball that brought him home. Whether calling games on a quiet summer night or making thousands laugh at a charity roast, Bob Uecker never lost his love for the sport or his hometown. He was inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame as a broadcaster in 2003, receiving the prestigious Ford C. Frick Award. Yet even with accolades, he remained humble, more interested in telling a good story than celebrating his own success. In Milwaukee, he wasn't just the voice of the Brewers, he was the Brewers. The team honored him with a statue outside American Family Field, and fans across Wisconsin called him Mr. Baseball with pride and affection. Bob Uecker's life was a masterpiece of laughter, resilience, and passion. He reminded us that baseball is more than stats, it's about people, moments, and the joy of being part of something larger. He made the game fun. He made it human. Now, with the mic finally silent, the field feels a little emptier. But his stories, his voice, and his laughter will echo forever.